Alright, so in this video we are going to start creating the game. We'll create the player and a platform. So in between episodes I just deleted the test scene class, so just delete that in this package. You should have a test scene class and just delete it. And then the window class, just delete this line, change scene, this one right here. It's inside of the initialization method at the end, because we will be changing to a different scene, right? And we're going to actually change it to the game scene class. So in the scene package, let's just create a game scene class, and this is going to extend scene. So let's implement all of the methods from the abstract class we've made. And then let's do right here, we're going to create our player. So let's do private game object player, and then we'll do and then let's do init, just like that. We'll create an initialization method, and in the initialization method, this is where we will be creating the player. So one second, let me put a to-do here that says load resources. Alright, and now we're going to do add game object to scene, right? We're going to create the player by generating a prefab with the traits of player as its name. Its position will be, its x coordinates will be the middle of the screen, right? So get width divided by 2 minus 16, and then its y will just be 128. And then the size will be 32 by 32. It will have a rigid body with a friction of 1. It'll have physics, so it'll fall, and it will also collide with stuff, so it'll have a box bounds, and it will also have a rectangle renderer of color red, and it will indeed be solid. And then we're going to create a player controller class, right? Or player controller component. Okay, so then after we've done that, we're just going to do player equals to get game object by the name player. So it should set that, and then we are going to fill in the update method. So in the update method, first we're going to check, or first we're going to do a try catch statement of concurrent modification exception. So I'm going to try to fix this later, but I was getting a concurrent modification exception error, and the only real solution I had was like nesting a bunch of the catch statements and ignoring it if anything happened. But I'm going to see if I can clean this code later, but first let's just work with this. So we'll iterate through all of the game objects, and each time we iterate, we're going to check if the object is below the camera, and if it is, we will destroy it, right? Because we can't see it, so no point in rendering it. So we'll check if the position plus the camera's y offset is greater than the height of the window. And let me just put a note in here. To do fill in stuff. Alright, and then we'll do geo.die, and then we'll do geo.update dt, and then in here we are literally going to copy this and paste it here, and then we're gonna copy this, put another try catch statement, we're going to ignore the catch block, right there. And then we're going to remove any game object that is dead. So yeah, this is what I was talking about, putting these two try catch statements. That's like terrible coding etiquette, but it was the fastest way to fix it, so I will change that later. Now, render method, we're going to do something similarly horrible. Let's do a try catch statement with a concurrent modification exception, and then another try catch statement with a ignored catch block. And in the try statement, we're just going to do for each game object geo and get all game objects. We're gonna do for each component c in geo.get all components c.render g, and then we can just copy this, put that there, and then we're gonna do on destroy. Okay, wait, no, we haven't made that yet. All right, and now in the window we can do game scene, import that. All right, so now if we run it, might work. We'll see. It's running. It's compiling. Oh, there. Yeah, there. Did not show the player. Let me check if the initialization's actually running. Yeah, it is. Player should have spawned in. Is the render method being called? Yes. Oh, it's not. I did add it to the scene though. Let's see. Okay, something's wrong. It's not actually adding the game object. Okay, it must be deleting it right as we make it. Let's run this, see what happens. Okay, it prints 0. Oh, yeah, it must be deleting it for some reason. Do I have it set to delete by oh, it must be falling through, that's why. Let's comment out the physics. There we go. There's the player. Alright. And then it's probably just like falling and we're not seeing that. Maybe if we put it higher up we'll see it. No. That is odd. Maybe it has something to do with our fall method. No. That's odd. Well, let's just ignore it for now. And I want to create a platform, so maybe that'll fix it. Well, okay, so let's create a new method called create first level. Here we are going to call create first level right there, and then we're gonna say add game object to scene prefabs.generate. Gonna generate a was it a floor with a vector2 of window.get width divided by 2f minus 208 and y of 64, and then its size will be 418 by 32. It'll have a new box bound, so it'll collide, and it will have a rectangle render with a color of light gray, and it will not be solid. There we go. Where the hell is the player going? Is it deleting it? Let's see if it's deleting it because it's falling through. No, it's not. What? That is odd. Alright, I'm gonna try to fix this. Give me a second. Okay, so it is being destroyed because it's outside of the window, but for some reason, you can see these numbers. That's the y coordinate of the player. First it's 128, then 128, that's good. But then it's negative 3,762,392.2. What? Why? I'm gonna have to fix this. Okay, so I fixed the problem, and it was not what you expect. It took so damn long to fix it because the problem was that the velocity was correct, right? All of the velocity was correct, and I didn't realize that until I was printing out the velocity here and here. It's like, okay, well, the velocity is correct. It's not anything abnormal, right? Abnormal would be like if the velocity was like 10,000, in which case the object is being basically teleported somewhere else. And then it didn't occur to me until like half an hour later. I'm like, oh wait, maybe it's the delta time. These 5 characters, 2 spaces and 3 characters, that messed up the entire thing. I'm like, so that's why it wasn't, that's why any of the, that's why I couldn't trace where this problem was coming from, because it wasn't the velocity, it was the multiplier. So the delta time was the problem. So here was the problem. Right here, last timer equals to now. This should be last time. Right. And actually, this should also be last time. There we go. Now it works. Good lord. That took so damn long. And then something else is wrong because the last timer is supposed to be used here. Last timer. You know what? Let me just copy the code from GitHub. Alright. Paste it there. Just delete this. So, okay, so what you're going to want to do is review anything that has last time and last timer in it. So, check this over, make sure it's correct. Right? So just make sure everything is copied down correctly. and you want to be looking out for last time and last timer, right? And any of its references. So right here, last time, this equals to now. This should be last timer is greater or equal to 1000, and this should be last timer plus equals to 1000. Alright, and now if we run it, it works. Damn, that was a lot. Alright, so let's do that, and 1 second. That actually looks smoother. Let me test something. Yeah, because so the point of the delta time is to smooth out any jitters in the thing. So like, if I'm like running at 60 FPS, but sometimes I go down to 59, like if I add that multiplier delta time, it shouldn't make that big of a difference. Okay, yeah, whatever, just keep that last timer, whatever. Okay, that finally, alright, it works. So, now I have to remember what the hell we were doing. Oh, right, the game machine right here. I do not believe I changed anything. Oh, I commented this out right here. Okay, back to where we left off in the game scene. We are going to want to finish creating the level. So we want to finish creating the level, but actually no, I think that's pretty much it for this video. That was like hell, absolute hell. Yeah, all right, see ya.